Live at 5, welcome to the hour. With me in the hot seat all this week is Michelle McManus. Hi Michelle, how are we doing?
Stephen, I'm well, how are you?
A bit quiet this morning when you came into the office.
A little bit under the weather,
What
Stephen.
happened?
Well, I went out with my girlfriends last night and we had a few glasses of vino and, you know, the rest is history.
I think maybe it was the wrong type of wine. Do you think possibly that
Maybe
created the
could.
dizziness? And...
Wish there was some way I could find out more about wines.
Well, keep watching the programme because that much more coming up tonight on the hour.
Absolutely. Now, first on the show is one of Scotland's richest men. Shaf Rasul is a star of Dragon's Den Online and he's here with us to share the secrets of his success. But first, let's see him in action.
But Henry has more questions to answer if he's to leave the den with the £30,000 he came for.
You've got a patent for this, yeah?
Yes, we've got the patent available, the patent certificate available.
OK, but that would go into this same company?
Yes, it would. I have to state here now, though, that the United States patent wouldn't. That would be a separate issue.
Why would the United States patent be a separate issue?
Because that is a massive market and it's, you know, the £30,000 is nowhere.
OK, so let me get this right. I'm going to basically mentor you, teach you how to monetarise this, and then you're going to exploit the US market?
Yeah.
Yeah? OK, I'm out.
Ouch.
Oh, you're tough, Shaf.
Really? Do you think so?
No, actually, you're lovely, you're gentle. I'm just saying that because it looked pretty scary. Now, you're lovely to have you here on the sofa. I read somewhere 27th wealthiest man in Scotland, is that right?
Well, to be honest with you, I really don't know. I mean, it's all based on assets, and because I invest in things, I don't actually make any money until I exit the investment, so I've no idea.
No idea. That must be lovely not to know. You're somewhere in the mix.
It doesn't matter. How does it all start? How do you start to become a millionaire?
Well, I'll tell you how I started. I used to be a student at Strathclyde University, and when I graduated, I got a job in a legal firm, and literally, I worked there for 2 hours and it was horrendous. Just had people bossing me about, all sorts of things. And I thought, no, I'm not going to have this. I'm going to be the person bossing people about. I want to be in charge. So I walked out and literally I started a business a couple of days later and that was the start of it.
So 2 hours, that's as long as you've ever worked for anyone?
Actually, 2 hours might be an exaggeration. I think it was about 1 hour and 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah, don't exaggerate the 2 hours. I mean, that is real self-belief. And I think, you know, is that key when you're going to be, you know, looking at being an entrepreneur? You must have the self-belief, surely.
I think you do. I think, you know, that's a very important quality in an entrepreneur. You've got to believe in the product that basically you're going to be marketing. You've got to believe in yourself. You know, there's got to be no shadow of a doubt in your mind that you can do this.
Really? I mean, we're just watching a wee clip of Dragon's Den there. Am I right in saying it was about 3 years ago Dragon's Den came calling and you weren't available?
Yeah, it was about 3 years ago. I was asked to do the Dragon's Den on TV. And at the time I was so busy. I was doing lots of property development, things like that. And I just didn't have the time to do it. But when the digital format was announced, I'm a great believer in TV moving to the web, and I just thought, this is so cutting edge, I want to get involved in this.
And actually it's coming full circle because the website is now moving on to TV with you, isn't it?
That's right. At some point in the summer, they're going to be showing all of the episodes that are currently on the web on TV.
So for people watching you, you know, tonight thinking, maybe I could do this, you know, maybe I could be an entrepreneur, what's a great way to start? What would you recommend that people do?
Well, a lot of people have ideas about products, and I think one of the first things when I'm looking at investments is some of these ideas are so ludicrous. A lot of people just don't seem to do any market research. Okay, so they'll ask their friends, they'll ask their family, and of course your friends and family are going to say, oh yeah, I think that's a great product, I think that's absolutely brilliant, because they don't want to hurt your feelings. But, you know, the first advice I give to people, and I get so many inquiries now on my website, always is, have you done your market research properly? Have you got yourself down to a shopping centre or a high street somewhere and asked 100 random people that don't know you what they actually think of the product?
So that's obviously very important, because you're right, your family are never going to obviously tell you the truth. You've been involved in so many, you know, I'm sure, schemes and businesses and what have you. Has it all been plain sailing? Has anything went wrong along the way?
To be honest with you, being an investor, if you make 10 investments, you know, a few of them will fail. Up to 6 or 7 of them will fail. They'll just be fairly mediocre. A couple break even, make a nominal profit, but there'll be one extraordinary one, and that extraordinary one will make up for all the other ones.
How do you know when to get out? When it's all going wrong? Because folk will, you know, if it's your business and you've poured your heart into it and it's the ownership and everything, you know, you don't want to give up. But when do you make that call that it's time to pull out? It
really is a gut feeling. On a number of occasions I've got it wrong. Yeah. You know, I've thought, no, now's not the time to get out, and it was the time to get out, but it really is gut feeling. That's what it boils down to.
All right, let's talk about the fruits of your success. Ever been hard up, Shaf?
Yeah, actually, I have. I'll tell you literally how I sort of got into being an entrepreneur. My dad used to work at a company in Huddersfield, and he got made redundant. Okay, and he couldn't get another job, so he decided he wanted to set up a business. So literally, he bought a business at the other end of the world, as far as I was concerned. But in a place called Alloa, and to fund this business, to raise finance and all that sort of stuff, he literally sold everything we had, absolutely everything. I'm talking about carpets, curtains, the whole kit and caboodle. So we moved to Scotland, and literally we didn't have anything at all. And that was really, really bad. But I was only 5 or 6 years old then, so I have been hard up.
But it's been a great success story. Things have turned around for you now. How much money does a millionaire carry in his wallet every day?
To be honest with you, I think I've got about £20.
Well, Stephen's got plenty more than that, let me tell you.
It's like, you're like the Queen, you just don't carry cash with you.
No, I tend to use credit cards. It's just a far more effective way of doing it. I mean, I hardly ever carry cash.
All right, well, listen, you've made your money out of some great ideas. We've got an idea that we'd love for you to have a look at and find out what you think of it, maybe what the other dragons would think about.
Absolutely.
It's a Scottish idea, so let's take you over here and say hello to Nakani from Napier University in Edinburgh. She's here with Dr. Paul Rogers, who's her lecturer. This is a new invention. It's called the sleep microphone. Nakani, tell us what it is, first of all.
Yeah, I was looking about the sleep deprivation, so I realized that people stay in the bed lying, thinking about their worries. So I decided to design a product that is a microphone in the pillow where you told them all the worries, and in the morning you do a to-do list. So in the morning when you wake up and you open the first drawer, you have a receipt with all the list you have
Okay.
that night.
Paul, what's the potential of this? I mean, how big could this be? What's the applications for it?
I think it has enormous commercial applications. I think what we're seeing here is the result of 15 weeks of hard efforts from Nakani. It's part of her master's project, so there's obviously quite a bit to go before it would hit the shelves. But I think one of the things picking up on about research, this has come out of quite a detailed and thorough research exercise, something that we're quite good at, I think, at Edinburgh Napier.
All right, with the proof of the pudding, let's have a look, Nakani, at how it actually works. So you're going to sleep at night, okay. You've got some stuff on your mind. Let's see what happens.
Watch the hour at 5 o'clock.
Brilliant. Right,
You
okay.
wake up.
That's the most important thing that on her mind before she goes to sleep at night. And then you get
So
up
watch
the
the
next
hour.
morning
Yeah, and
and...
this spring. So
Fingers crossed, everyone. Okay. Here's the machine. So you could do your... look at this. Let's have a look here. Camera one. Look, it actually works. Watch the hour. There you go, at 5 o'clock.
Wow.
But you could do, things to do at the shops the next day, things you've got to do at work, those kind of reminders, somebody's birthday, something like that.
Yeah.
What do you think about before you go to bed, Stephen?
You, Michelle.
Aww.
You just put that on there, and then you never forget.
Do you know what?
Shaf, what do you think? Do you think is it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd need to ask a couple of questions about the product. How much would it retail for?
What do you think? I think you were talking about it. It probably has technology within it that would retail about £500. So you would obviously, I'm not a businessman, I'm an academic, so it's I'm probably not the best person to ask, but it probably has technology within it that costs several £100s. So I think if you were mass producing them, then obviously that cost would come down, but it would be somewhere in that ballpark.
I presume the technology is going to be the computer and the printer and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
The software.
Yeah.
It's a great product, but I would think of ways of reducing the price so a lot more people can use it, which may well be that it connects to an iPhone or something, so you don't actually need the computer, you don't need the printer, automatically puts it into your diary.
Yeah.
What a great idea. I tell you, would you speak to these guys after the programme maybe and give them some tips and things about where this can go from here? You happy to do that?
Absolutely. That'd be a
Shaf, that's
pleasure.
brilliant.
Tell you, thank you very much. I'd pay £500 if Stephen put a sticker on me and think about me every night, so that's fine.
Again, there you go.
Oh, thanks.
That's a grand, fantastic. Thank you very much indeed, Shaf.
Thank you very much.
Right, stay with us because next in the programme tonight, move over Susan Boyle and say hello to the latest YouTube cycling sensation. Danny McCaskill is up next.